Hello there, and welcome to another live stream. My name is Shane Olson, and today we're going to be sculpting this really fun Bride of Frankenstein. I think that's what it's called. So I tried to look up the artist who originally created this. So we're just gonna, yeah. I put, I think, who I thought it was in the description there, but it may not be. So, but this is really good design. I really like it a lot. And let's get started. Welcome. Okay, the reason I chose this concept is because it has really fun shapes. It's not the best as far as structure goes, but the shapes are super fun. Hey there, how's it going? Okay, so I'm gonna start with the head. We're just gonna I think I'm just going to use the move brush, actually move infinite, and just drag it up. Get this head shape. It's really crazy. Straight down the back. It's a little too fast on the smoothing there. Slow that down a little bit. Hey Neil, how's it going? How is the volume and everything? Is it all right? Hey Brad. Excuse me. Okay. So I have this funky, fun shape here. Let's do the neck next. Sounds good. Awesome. Okay, let's see. Man, what a funky shaped body. Now I'm going to reset this. Do it again. Okay, we have something like so. So how are you guys doing? What's new? What you working on? I'm actually listening to music from school, from inside of my school. Funky Town. Pretty funny. So if you're new here, you don't know what I'm talking about. I just started a brand new community called Sculpt School. It's this right here. And one of the Easter eggs in it is this little cat guy right here. If you type something in the search bar, this little cat will show up, and you can click on it and you can play different music and stuff. It's pretty funny. And the cat sits and jives to it. So anyway, what Sculpting School is, it's my, like I said, it's my new membership, and I have some courses in here. This is the one that's live right now, and I teach you how to bring it all the way from nothing to 3D print ready for resin right now. You can also print it in FDM, like filament. And so yeah, there's like 20 hours worth of content right now. I just barely finished a brand new pose. This was the first pose that I did. And I also did a second pose, and which actually is in here. Let me go back to the community. I just barely posted it right here. Here, we can check it out. It's pretty cool. So this guy named Wexter, one of my students, printed this out on his Bamboo Lab printer. So cool. Love to see a time lapse. I don't know how well that's coming across for you, but yeah, that's what it looks like. It turned out like this. So there's the new pose. I used a Disney Infinity base on it, which is pretty fun. Yeah, never give up on that. So as you can see, it's pretty active. We've almost reached 100 members. Actually, we're sitting at 96, and I just opened it not too long ago, a couple weeks ago. So if you guys want to join, yeah, there it is. And the link's in the description. It's really fun. I go live every week and answer student questions. So, yeah, Neil, I need to make one, huh? Or you can ask me questions about it here if you want to. It's made a star. 3-pointed star. Reminds me of the little robot on, oh, what's that Disney movie with the robot fighting? I totally forget. Hey Lisa, how are you? Welcome, welcome. Let's inflate this in the middle here. These little tiny feet, they're so funny. And her legs are super short. So let's kind of make them shorter than this, really short. Let's see, okay, they are in different subtools, that's good. Just gonna pull this out to make a rumpus. And then her back, it sticks way out here. Okay, and then her neck goes up, so let's add the neck in there. I think I need to go wider than this. Oops, what am I doing here? There we go. And let's reset this and scale it outwards like this. Something like that, maybe. All right, let's do the neck. Yeah, that Sculpt school has been a lot of fun. I like the platform quite a bit. It's nice and clean, well organized. You can find everything you need. It incentivizes people to post up there nicely. So there's a lot of activity happening. Those of you that are in there, how do you like it so far? Hey Bradley, how are you? Good afternoon. Let's I want to widen the connection down here a little bit. And kind of the transition down here and back here. Doing great, awesome. These shapes are so funny. Oh gosh, okay. I want to see if I can curve the bottom of the legs off like this. Oop. And then make them super thin. Let's see. I'm gonna mask lasso like this. Just kind of blur these out and then squeeze them. Squeeze. Let's do local. Turn off dynamic. Give them a squeeze. What are you working on, Brad? Anything fun? I guess we have two Brads in here. I meant to say Bradley, but Brad, you can answer as well. You said just working, boring stuff. Bradley, what are you working on? Let's do little foot. Tiny little feeties. We're making good time on this. I don't know if it'll last the full 2 hours. Maybe, we'll see. We'll see when we get to the actual detailing. It might take longer than anticipated. Oh, you're working on that Batman and Robin? Okay, nice. Is it the one where Robin's sticking his head out from behind? Is it that same one? Okay, let's see. Nice. Okay, I need to get my music going back on. I switched pages on school and I'm like, oh, I lost my... Okay, sorry, 1 second. All right, let's turn the phone back on. Yeah. So funny. This little afro. The song is Brick House. Brick House. Yeah, right, Neil? So funny. It would take me 30 minutes to do what you didn't. Well, as I like to say, it was 25 years and 10 minutes. So don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. Don't be intimidated. Be inspired. This song. Play that funky music. Oh. Let's squish these down flat, kind of. I think I'm going to roll her arms like around her body. Usually I leave them in a T-pose, but I don't know. I might pose this one soon. Hey, what's up, Tenchi? How are you? Did this magical concept? I'm not quite 100% sure. I'm like 85% sure. I found it and I wrote it down. Whenever I save a reference, I always name it what the name of the artist is. So I wrote down YG Art, but that's all I could find. But then I went to look it up again and I can't find that the Instagram, because I usually Like Neil will post a link to the artist occasionally. So I wasn't able to find him or her. I don't know. So YG Art, I guess. I don't know. But I absolutely love the shapes and I could not resist. Okay, let's see here. I think I want to narrow that head even more. And when those lips get going, I think it's going to be hilarious. More of a neck, maybe. Straight back of the head. I want that line to just go whoosh. Shane, great character to sculpt. Love the proportions. Thanks, John. Welcome. Yeah, like I said, I couldn't resist. Had to do it. Some sculpts just say, sculpt me. Sculpt me. Had to do it. I didn't have a choice. Come on, grab. There we go. Sometimes it won't grab the one I want. So here I have a little Easter egg for you guys. Look at this. Oh gosh, not that. This. Whoop. Look at these expressions. That's what did it for me. I might do some of these expressions too. They're so fun. I love how her brow is just a line, you know? And she's either confused or mad. Really funny. And I don't know what she's doing with her hand. She's got like a smoke or something in her hand. I don't know what it is. Or why she's holding her arm out like that. But hey, it is what it is. All right, let's, speaking of hands, let's get her hand in here. Let's get that transition from the arm to the hand really good. And just tip for you, when you're smoothing or moving or whatever, and you have an object masked, don't turn topological mask on as well. Because topological is also masking and they'll fight. So it's either, you kind of have to choose one or the other. Either choose having an object masked or choose topological masking, not both. I mean, they kind of work together, but not really. And another tip I see a lot of beginner students do is they'll make the hand way too thick, like top to bottom thick. And your hand is quite thin. I mean, if you hold it up like I'm holding it up to the camera, it just kind of transitions from your arm right to the back of your wrist right here. And there's a little bump right here, you know, as it goes from your wrist up to here, but not much. It's pretty thin and it tapers the whole way down. Okay, let's put some of these hands look different, so I kind of have to figure out which one I want and just kind of go with it. Or I have to make it up some kind of hand that's gonna fit the overall kind of design. You know, that's when I have to put my designer hat on and make it work. So let's go ahead and do that. Let me grab this appendage. Now the song is Shake Your Groove Thing. Yeah, yeah. Very funny. Okay. Yeah, I kind of want these to taper. See, I like the thumb shape right here. So let's see if we can get it to work. Oh, that's too small of a brush. Okay, so when I do thumbs, I like to, yeah, this one's cranked up kind of high, but I like to kind of have this curve going up to the thumbnail and then have a flat spot on the back, something like this. And then it's kind of fun to push this down and pull the thumb knuckle up so it kind of has this swoopy bit. I get very technical, call things like swoopy bits, thumb meat. Okay, let's get that in place so it's not it's not all twisted and hooked up like this. Down and turn. There we go. Man, the bass line of this song is great. Okay, let's zoom out and see how those thumbs feel. I think pretty good. Maybe slightly larger. Okay, let's put a finger in there. Maybe, there we go. Yeah, so I've been getting into 3D printing a lot over the last 10 years or so. Ever since I started 3D printing, I've just really loved it. So, you know, when I first launched my courses, the 3D Character Workshop course, I kind of leaned into the game side more than the 3D printing side, which was fine at the time, but just my interest has shifted more towards the 3D printing and collectible side. And I just love to hold my sculpts in my hand, you know, and like have something I can physically show people. Like, look at this, you know, like these behind me. All these prints are of my characters that I've done. So it's just nice to have something to display, and you can even sell it on stores and stuff if you want to. And that's pretty fun. But that's what my Sculpt school is all about. I'm really excited about it because I have some of the top people in the industry helping me out. We're going to be doing resin printing training and filament printing training. Like how to prep it, how to print it, how to paint it. Super exciting. But I'm also teaching how to do, you know, sculpting from scratch. Not just for 3D printing, but for everything else as well. Just 3D printing is kind of the end result. Let's see, I'm just gonna, with fingers, you don't want to just scale them down. You want to scale them on the length only, like this, because you want to keep the volume, so they look like they belong to the same hand instead of like a thick middle finger and a thin, other fingers. That said, these fingers are kind of thickish. So whatever you do, if you scale it in, like say this direction, the width, then do it to the other one too. Like so. Okay, let's go. With the pinky, I like to go pretty short, pretty small. And pinkies are kind of smaller in width as well, just slightly. Doesn't look like it put it in the right poly group. There we go. All right. This, you want kind of the flow to go up. It looks like she's got 4 fingers instead of just 3, so I think I might give her one more, because this hand is wide enough to accommodate for 4, so I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to thin this one out a little bit more so we can make some more room. And scoot it over slightly. I'll keep this one as the pinky and move it over. Where's your ring digit? Digit? Gidget? Okay. You guys are awfully quiet today. Does anybody have any questions? That's what I'm here for. Ask away. If you have any questions, like technical about ZBrush or anything like that. Actually doing a workshop for Ubisoft in Abu Dhabi next week. So I'm excited for that. It's going to be fun. I do workshops for companies. If you specifically want to learn something or ZBrush or anything about characters in general. I've done workshops for quite a few studios, like Pixar and Lego and Disney, Funko. So if you work at a place and you want me to come talk, let me know. That's something I don't really advertise much at all. I should advertise it more because it's fun. Either virtual or in person, either way works. You're kind of answering my questions before I can ask them. Oh, yeah. Nice. Let's move this up. Also, the best reference is attached to you. It's like if you need thumb reference, look at your hand. It's right there. So I'm like looking at how my thumb attaches and it doesn't attach like this. So I need to fix it. I'm going to do a little triangle here. Just going to bring this out. Thanks, Alpha. Appreciate it. Getting there. Fun little hand. Kind of stumpy. Kind of making it stumpy. Like the body, you know. So I always look for flow. Yep, the thumb wedge. I always look for flow, like I'm looking for the flow coming up the arm and going out to the thumb. But there's not two knuckles here. There's not a crease, so I got to blend it. Got to make that transition go out. See, that looks much better. Looks more natural. And then you have this thumb webbing in here. I don't know what it's called. Thumb webbing. You know what I'm talking about. And then we have the hand butt underneath here that we got to put in there. I learned that term from Prokopenko, the hand butt. And if you guys are ever, I have to give a shout out to Stan. If you guys ever want to learn anatomy but don't want to sit through lots of boring, you know, like you're not a doctor, you're an artist, right? So if you want to learn it in an entertaining way, I highly suggest Proko.com with Stan Prokopenko. He's really, really good at teaching anatomy. Even though he's teaching it for figure drawing, it translates. It's great. And he talks about the hand butt. So I need more topology in here. This is not high enough. So I just want to Z-remesh just that one piece. Well, the body too is pretty low. Since finishing watching the Lino tutorial, I finally got the hang of using polygroups. Awesome. That's so great to hear. Thanks for letting me know. Yeah, I'm happy with those fingers. Those are fun. Okay, so that being said, let's Z-remesh this and see what we get. Because this is very low and these fingers are quite high. But I don't want to just Z-remesh now because I have dynamic subdivisions turned on. If I turn that off, you'll see how low a res this truly is. And if I Z-remesh this as it is, oh yeah, Scott Eaton, he's another great anatomy artist. Yep, he's awesome as well. So the what I like to do is subdivide this at least once. And then we'll go to our geometry tab over here and then hit delete lower. And that's going to get rid of the lower subdivision level. And then I'm going to Z-remesh this, and that will give us a better, smoother result. I'm going to try and do a keep groups, and then I'm going to turn the smooth groups down to about here, because I want it to smooth a little bit, but not very much. Smoothing will actually shrink your meshes slightly, especially in between polygroups. You don't want that. So keep groups. And then I'm going to hit same for now, just to kind of let it give us the same amount here, and then see what it gives us. My second Proko figure course, though my anatomy was decent before, I loved his approach when I do refreshers. Yeah, it's really good. The shape language for this character is strong. I like's nice. Thanks, Tristan. How are you? Yeah, this is a little bit too high, but the result is good. So now what I like to do is hit half, hit it again. It'll reduce it. Hit it again. There we go. Maybe one more time. Ah, that's too much. See, it's reducing my fingers down to a way, like it's ruining my design. And that's being caused by the smoothing. So I'm going to undo that all the way back to here. Nope, one more forward. Where are we? Is this my... Right here. Okay, so I'm going to turn smooth groups to nothing and remesh that, and it should keep it. Ah, it's still shrinking it, dang it. Maybe adaptive. I don't want to smooth it at all. Thank you very much. Okay, I do want adaptive, but not that low. Because it's causing these fingers to go very, very low. You know what? I'm just going to keep this. I'm going to keep this resolution. It's breaking it too much. Hey, what's up, Sammy? How are you? Okay, yep, we're just going to go with that. And we can also smooth it down and stuff and get rid of those facets, you know. And it also gives us enough resolution that we can start working on the face. But before we do that, let's give her some breasts, so bring her into that female realm. Done. Nope. Okay. And we want to make it so these are integrated very well. Pretty funny. Got some gravity happening. Some age gravity. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and start using Sculptress on this stuff. So I'm going to turn that on and then go to Stroke, go to Sculptress Pro and turn Adaptive off. And then it's going to be way too low or too high, whatever. That's too much. Okay, that's better. Okay. Now, let's just kind of tweak these a little bit more. Kind of paying attention to the cleavage here. See, I can kind of see what's happening right there, and she's got a kind of a low cut thing. So just trying to get them a little closer together. So when we do get that dress on, kind of see that. Okay. Speaking of dress, let's go ahead and get that in there. This is starting to repeat, so I'm going to stop it for a second. Okay. Let's listen to some Spotify Christmas music. Get out of here. I want to listen to the Midnight. They got some new music out. All right, let's do that. Devere, I'm considering joining Sculpt School. Your shape-based approach is similar to what I learned from Glenn Southern and Dave Reed. Yes, both friends of mine. Yeah, Glenn goes way back with me. I don't hate Christmas, just not right now. It's not even October. Come on. He hates Christmas. I hate Christmas at the wrong time of year. It's not the right time of year right now. Yeah, Devere, we would love to have you. Would love to have you. We're almost to 100 members, so that'd be great getting there. See, we're at 96 members right now. It's almost Christmas, but not quite. And if you're wondering what Sculpt School is, link in the description. It's my new platform, my new membership. I decided to make a new course focusing on 3D printing. And so far so good, it's going really well. But we need more people in there to share it with. But yeah, in there I teach you how to go from nothing all the way to ready for 3D print, keyed, sliced, posed. I just finished up a dynamic pose, so we're even going to take it more dynamic. Okay, you'll see that this Sculptress Pro is doing its thing. I should probably save this. Why haven't I saved it yet? Sometimes I get lost in my own workflows. And forget to save. You've already seen advent calendars for sale in August? Oh gosh. Yeah, you go to like Costco and Hobby Lobby, those stores, those big box stores around here, and they have all their Christmas decor out. It's like Halloween, you guys. Come on. Gotta do Halloween first. Even Thanksgiving first. I can barely hear my music. Let's crank it. There we go. There we go. That's better. I like listening to synthwave sometimes when I sculpt. Okay, so let's get the eyeballs in there and then the brow. So welcome everybody new. How is everybody doing today? What are you working on? I always like to ask what you're working on. Anything cool? Eyeballs, I like to split off into their own subtool. So I'm going to do split unmasked points. And that will put them into their own group here. And then we can go snag the white. If I can do it. Yeah. Except for I forgot to fill in the color on this other one. So let's do a fill on that. Go back to this one and grab a color. If you're trying to grab a color off of your reference here, you got to make sure your ring is showing. Otherwise, you're going to grab this blue background or whatever background you have for yours. So yeah, make sure you have that ring showing by hitting Z or Z. I've been working on an anatomy blockout. Arms are hard. Yes, they are, Neil. Arms are hard. So there's a student of mine named George Zaki. He's like one of the best anatomy blockout people I've met or have trained. He's surpassed me in his anatomy knowledge by quite a margin. And he offers his anatomy blockouts for sale on Gumroad and stuff. And he's also a streamer on here now. He streams for Maxon. And it's really, really nice to pull up some of his blockouts, like some of the blockouts that are similar to what you're working on. And yeah, kind of use those as a guide. That's awesome. You seem to be covering exactly the areas I'm hoping to expand into. Yeah. Coming from industrial design, I started digital sculpting a couple years ago. Oh, fun. That sounds amazing. Is it Larry the Cucumber? You're talking about this? Oh, look, the body's not filled. It could be Pickle Rick. The body must be purple polygroup. Yep, I guessed it. Same poly group. Let's put it in a new poly group. And then I kind of like her outfit like this. Fill it with that green. There we go. Okay, so that dress, I'm going to do, you know, I'm just going to kind of retopologize it to here and then extrude it down, I think. That way we can get it just straight off of here. Yeah, so if you go just to not this video is kind of sponsored by me. It's sponsored by Maxon and me at the same time. So I volunteer here, but they let me kind of talk about my stuff on here. So I won't go into it too much, and you won't see all of this. You'll just see this lino, and my brushes are here now in this resources section. I'm working on some other stuff, but I'm logged in as an admin, so you can see that other stuff. But this is what the course looks like. This is how long it is. It's over 20 hours long, and so you can see I go into slicing, talking to you about how to slice it and do the keys and all of that stuff. It's nice and high resolution. Yeah, this is lino that I show you how to key and how to clean it up, how to decimate it, get it ready for printing. Yeah, these are some. That's how to use the live boolean to cut out the head from the hair and stuff like that. So anyway, yeah, and I mean, and you get access to this as soon as you join, and it's on right now. It's only $27 a month, so it's like a whole huge course for $27. Anyway, and it's ongoing. So I got new training coming out, a new pose coming out. That's super fun. And then I'm going to have more training on FDM printing, which is the filament printing, and resin printing, and painting. I want to get into painting. I got to dust off my old skills. I used to run an airbrush company called Touch of Air back in the 90s, where I would airbrush on like leather jackets and guitars and snowboards, all sorts of stuff. Anything somebody would want me to paint on. And so I still have all that old stuff, but it's still relevant. Like Iwata is still in business, the company who makes the airbrushes that I love. And so I'm going to break those out in my old air compressor and talk about painting figures. So that's coming as well. So I'm super excited about that. Okay, let's do some retopology here with this topology brush. I'm just going to draw it on. So I'm only going to make half of this. And it doesn't have to be perfect. You just, like that meme going around right now, you just have to make it exist first and then you make it perfect later. So what I like to do is outline where the ends are, kind of like doing a puzzle. You do the edges first. I don't always do this, but in this instance, it makes sense. And then wherever you make a quad, 4 sides, it's going to make a quad, like so. It's cool. I always wanted to learn airbrushing as well. Coincidentally, the closest I have been painting prototypes. Oh, awesome. I got an Iwata years ago when I was into radio control car racing. Yeah, there you go. Never got the hang of using it. Ah, yeah, I'm going to be teaching it. Iwatas are like the Porsches of airbrushes. They're really, really good. And then I have some, they're called Pachets. Those are kind of like the workhorses. They're like the diesels of the airbrushing world. I used to use those. I would airbrush t-shirts at car shows. That was kind of my bread and butter. So people would bring me a picture of their car and I would airbrush it.